player, now the same lame player. They call a player mayor. What you talking that funky, dip about my face. Wearing that monkey. We didn't. Not that.
It's week 14 of the NFL, and this one will feature Kendall Fuller, who's stating his place among the league's best with 6 picks this season. It's the Commanders and the Dolphins on EA Sports.
This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Miami Dolphins and the Washington Commanders. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And CD, you look at Washington coming into play here. They've got to be thinking, hey, we've got a good chance to be successful here running the football.
No doubt about that, because that has to be their mindset. It should be their mindset. This is one of the better rushing offenses in the league, and they're squaring off against a team that's not at all strong on the other side of the ball. So this could be one where we see this offense try to impose their will through the trenches, and in fact, they should.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
And CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip, and I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Tua sets up to pass it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Arnold.
I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. Anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A handoff as they run the counter play. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Burst there to nicely build off. Pretty decent game.
Here comes the 7th play in this opening drive. They moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Here's Tua. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now a 1st carry for their fullback. They stop short. Down at the 1. Had the great move, but couldn't get it all the way home. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. A great effort there. His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Fielded right around the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback. First and 10 here for Howell and the Commanders at their own 28-yard line. First down, Howell to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So now they'll come up on second and 10, once again from the 28. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the gun on 3rd down, Howell. Got a man. It's De'Ami Brown, complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. First and 10, it's Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The numbers in last week's bowl game for Robinson. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too. They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. And Howell will throw it. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 44-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Off play action. It's Howell. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. The 20, and he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the give, here's Robinson. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Howell. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Mike Gesicki, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score. And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and we are tied at 7. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it all concluded with a touchdown pass to the tight end, Mike Gesicki. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So Miami coming out for their second drive.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
From the 29, Tua finds the open target, Arnold. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
I know this made me jump in the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get advantage that way.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to get it back here just past the 35. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Powell throwing on first down here. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off, Byron Jones. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. 7-7, our score after one. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And again, it's Tagovailoa. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. Pretty good little 2-point sequence there. You force the incompletion and a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or two, because you want to try to defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And it's caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins have moved out in front.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Washington ready to try again on offense.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And this is going to be a Commanders first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Robinson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
3rd and 2, here's Howell. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
I like the call on 3rd and 2. They were geared up to stop the run. I like the fact they just hit them quick. Little slant route. All about timing there, partner.
Yeah, the timing, everything well executed. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's in. Second down throw for Howell. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match. And maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it'll be Dolphin football. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Play action. Now it's Tua. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
So he got an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Howell. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Emmanuel Ogbah able to record his 5th sack of the season. Sly able to put this one through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get through. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Tua going to throw. Gets this one to Hill. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to pass. Tua. Over the middle, complete. That's Hill. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 42. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Flashy little move, but unable to reach the 40.
Holding. Offense.
So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory.
2nd and 16.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That one caught by Carter. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here at the 31-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Tua to throw again. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Badgley able to knock this one through. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Powell, another throw on 2nd down.
Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, it would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high-percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Sets up the screen to Robinson. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I believe I can see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, We're often taught 11 on the field. Those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, 29 yards. And the Commanders are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league. Tua now on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call. Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
He finds his man, complete. That's Arnold. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. He got 29 yards that time.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Here's Tua. Back-to-back catches here for Carter. Touchdown! DeAndre Carter in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the Bengals who are out in front as those two head towards the break. Former #1 overall pick Joe Burrow with a touchdown pass. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Carolina Panthers. Calvin Ridley, a touchdown reception. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And at the moment, that game is tied with the visiting New York Jets. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Miami. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for Washington, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half as they know the...
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late-season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Here come the Commanders for the first possession of the third quarter. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On 1st down, Howell. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. They're losing here in the 3rd quarter, maybe trying to get the ball outside, bust a big play. Obviously didn't work there.
And while it didn't work, I really can't fault them for trying it. You and I have talked to the offensive coordinator, and we knew that was the place they wanted to try and go. And sometimes you just have to stick with it because 2-yard gains turn into 20-yard gains as the game goes along.
Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. On 1st down, Tagovailoa. He finds his man, complete. It's Arnold. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Working with a 2nd and 4. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
2nd down and a run by Robinson.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Now Tua on the bootleg here. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And the next-gen stat's going to show just how much time he had to make a decision, and it's not much. 3 seconds, the final clocking.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
They'll run this one right with Robinson. And he's got it down to the 28.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Robinson up the middle.
And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Howell now to throw it.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete.
And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Howell out of the shotgun.
Caught on the slant. Touchdown, Washington. De'Ami Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made it.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes that's a danger of putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You can wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
And going deep for Hill. And this is incomplete. Looked like he had pretty good line on that one. That would have been a great play. He could not pull it in. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
But these are the situations that really test a defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
They go play action with Howell. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. On 2nd and 7. Howell. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
That's multiple times now he's tagged him with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
They'll run with Robinson. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball 3rd time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
Howell, 3rd and goal. Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Commanders have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the...
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage able to knock that one away.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Tua. That's to Waddle on the quick slant. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Montez Sweat picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Taking on the last drive, an interception. How about this sack? Is it terrific? And that keeps pressure on this offense, and it could force him into more rush decisions or another turnover.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Jamin Davis providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long.
Pressure can come from all over when we're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot. But nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs. So a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right? In preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Now Howell. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Miami's offense set and ready to go. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Tua now on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Carter. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for him there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. First and 10 here for Howell and the Commanders at their own 37. He'll start with a give to Robinson. Oh, he bowls over it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 57 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. So fourth quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. 11 yards for number 11. Well, clear running situation. Trying to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. To throw, Howell. Caught on a slant. Touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown ground. And the Commanders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. And that's certainly an important touchdown there and makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their side.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here.
Sly able to put this one through,
and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they got the turnover in great field position, but unable to do anything with it.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Going to the air, Tagovailoa.
He'll get that one to Carter, complete.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Tua. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, that frustration, Charles, it's been building on the defensive side of the ball, and unfortunately there, it turns into a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, and they should be frustrated because he's picked them apart the entire game, but it's got to come out in a different way. You can't hit him illegally. Stop him downfield the way you're supposed to.
Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
Holding, defense.
So now, I think even our referee is confused. The defense accepted the holding penalty, but they just got the ball on the fumble recovery, so that will be negated. That's a tough one to comprehend.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Well, this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap.
Got so many memories that I made on Cascade Road. I done gained the world, I ain't never sell my soul. This is God-given, so I thank him as I go. Hate to sound conceited, but I know. Crazy thing they with me. Yeah, crazy thing they with me. Run up on me, baby, show you gon' see. Yeah, God power from my head and my yeah. This colossal, what I say is gospel. I cook this with love, they gon' eat it up and swallow me. Come with your goals, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd.